Vermiculture is the process of using worms to decompose organic food waste, turning the waste into the nutrient rich material capable of supplying necessary nutrients to help sustain plant growth. This method is simple, effective, convenient, and noiseless. It saves water, energy, landfills, and helps rebuild the soil. The worm's ability to convert organic waste into nutrient rich material reduce the need for synthetic fertilizers. We violate the nature ability to complete the life cycle process which we send food down the garbage proposal or bury in the landfill. We deplete the soil and deprive nature from rehabilitating itself when we bypass this natural life cycle or recycling process. Earthworms have been on the earth for over 20 million years. Earthworms are often referred to the farmer's friend and nature's plowman. Earthworms are extremely important in soil formation, principally through their activities in consuming organic matter, fragmenting and mixing it intimately with mineral practices to form aggregates. During their feeding, earthworms promote microbial activity greatly, which in turn accelerate the breakdown of organic matter and stabilization of soil aggregates. The ability of some earthworms to consume a wide range of organic residues such as sewage, sludge, animal waste, crop residues and industrial refuses has been fully established. In the process of feeding, earthworms fragments the waste substrate, enhance the microbial activity and the rates of decomposition of the material, leading to a composting or humidification effect by which the unstable organic matter is oxidized and stabilized. The end product, commonly termed vermicompost and obtained as the organic waste passes through the earthworm's gut, is quite different from the parent waste material. Vermicomposting is a simple biotechnological process of composting in which certain species of earthworms are used to enhance the process of waste conversion and produce a better end product. Vermicomposting differs from composting in several ways. It is a mesophilic process utilizing microorganisms and earthworms that are active at 10 to 32 degrees centigrade. The process is faster than composting because the material passes through the earthworm gut. A significant but not yet fully understand transformation takes place, whereby the resulting earthworm casting or worm manure are rich in microbial activity and plant growth regulators and fortified with the pest repellents attributes as well. In short, earthworms through a type of biological alchemy are capable of transforming garbage into gold. Vermicompost are finely divided peat-like materials with highly porosity, aeration, drainages and water holding capacity. They have vast surface area providing strong absorbability and retention of nutrients. Vermicompost contain nutrients in form that are readily taken up by the plants such as nitrates, exchangeable phosphorus and soluble potassium, calcium and magnesium. Decomposition of various organic substrates, kitchen waste, agro residues, institutional and industrial waste including textile industry sludge and fibers into valuable vermicompost has been extremely studied using an exotic earthworm species, that is Epigeic Icenia foetida. Tests have also been conducted combining thermocomposting and vermicomposting to improve efficiency and compost quality. The residue like sugarcane thrash, press mud, sugar factory effluents, broiler ash, spent wash, coconut leaves, maize leaves and shoots, weeds, etc. used should be bioprocessed and added to the soil to complete their natural cycle. Biocycling of these residues through vermiculture biotechnology reduce the use of chemical fertilizers derived from non-renewable resources. Organic wastes such as poultry manures, cattle dung, pig manures, as well as agricultural waste like sugarcane thrash were fed to the earthworms to hasten the process of decomposition. Hence, the organic matter wastes are composed by vermicomposting process in order to convert the organic waste into biocompost. The urban waste can be converted to potential plant nutrient enriched resources compost and vermicompost that can be utilized for sustainable land restoration practices. Due to inoculation of microorganism, the period of composting was reduced by about 4 weeks. The result also indicate that by utilizing microphilic cellulotic fungi and the process of composting, a high CN homogeneous material can be accelerated and the quality of the resulting composting can be improved. Various studies also indicated the possibility of augmenting the quality of compost through inoculation with azotobacter and phosphate solubilizing microorganisms in the presence of rock phosphate. The role of earthworms as vectors of beneficial soil bacteria and other capacity of influence the population dynamics and impact of microorganisms on soil and plant was studied. How does the vermiculture composting benefit the soil? Vermicompost improves the soil structure, texture and aeration as well as increasing its water holding capacity. Worms are necessary to help produce topsoil. Worms help the environment by decomposing organic material, food and yard waste, turning it into natural rich organic soil amendments. The end result is called vermicompost or worm poop or worm casting. Vermicompost provides a tremendous source of nutrients for plants that dramatically improve the texture and fertility of the soil. This replaces valuable nutrients taken out of the soil when the fruits and vegetables are harvested. Vermicomposting add beneficial organisms to the soil. These microorganisms and soil fauna help to break down organic materials and convert nutrients into the more available food form for plants. Vermiculture composting is nature's way of completing the recycling loop, being born, living, dying and being reborn again. Adding compost to the soil aids in erosion control, promotes soil fertility and stimulates healthy root development in plants. The following biodegradable waste can be used for preparation of vermicompost: crop residues, weed biomass, vegetable wastes, leaf litter, hotel refuses, waste from agri industries, biodegradable portion of urban and rural waste. Phases of vermicomposting. There are 5 phases in vermicompost. Phase 1, process involving collection of waste, shredding, separation of the metal, glass and ceramics and storage of the organic waste. In phase 2, pre-digestion of organic waste for 20 days by heaping the materials along with cattle dung slurry. This process partially digests the material and fit for earthworm consumption. Cattle dung and biogas slurry may be used after drying. Wet dung should not be used for vermicompost production. A concrete base is required to put the waste for vermicompost preparation. Loose soil will allow the worms to go into the soil and also while watering. All the dissolved nutrients go into the soil along with water. Phase 4, sieving the composted material to separate fully composted material. Phase 5, storing the vermicompost in proper place to maintain moisture and allow the beneficial microorganism to grow. Need 5 basic things for good quality vermicompost production. Number 1. An hospitable living environment, usually called bedding. A food sources. Adequate moisture, greater than 50% water content by weight. Adequate aeration, protection from temperature extremes. Bedding is any material that provides the worms with a relatively stable habitat. This habitat must have the following characters: high absorbency, worms breathe through their skins and therefore must have a moist environment in which to live. If worm skin dries out, it dies. The bedding must be able to absorb and retain water fairly well if the worms are to thrive. Good bulking potential. If the material is too dense to begin with or packs too tightly, then flow of air is reduced or eliminated. Worms require oxygen to live, just as we do. Different materials affect the overall porosity of the bedding through a variety of factors, including the range of particle size and shape, the texture and the strength and rigidity of the structure. The overall effect is referred to in document as the material has a bulk potential. Low protein and nitrogen content, high carbon nitrogen ratio. Although the worm do consume their bedding at breaks down, it is very important that this be a slow process. High protein nitrogen levels can result in rapid degradation and its associated heating, creating a inhospitable, often fatal conditions. Heating can occur safely in the food layers of the vermiculture or vermicomposting system, but not in the bedding. Sheltered culture of worms is recommended to protect the worms from excessive sunlight and rain. All the entrepreneurs have set up their units in vacant cow sheds, poultry sheds, basements, and backyards. Cement tanks were constructed. These were separated in half of the dividing walls. Another set of tanks were also constructed for preliminary decomposition. During the beginning of the entrepreneurs, most women used cow dung in the order to breed sufficient number of earthworms. Once they have large population, they can start using all kinds of organic waste. Half of the entrepreneurs have now reached the population of 12,000 to 50,000 adult earthworms. First one, the selection of suitable earthworms. For vermicompost production, the surface dwelling earthworms alone should be used. The earthworms which lives below the soil is not suitable for vermicompost production. The African earthworm, red worms and composting worms are promising worms used for vermicompost production. All the three worms can be mixed together for vermicompost production. Vermicompost can be produced in any place with shade, high humidity and cool places. Abandoned cattle shed or poultry shed or unused building can be used. If it is to be produced in open area, shade place is selected. A thatched roof may be provided to protect the process from direct sunlight and rain. The waste heaped for vermicompost production should be covered with moist gunny bags. Containers for vermicompost production. A cement tub or tank may be constructed to a height of 2.5 feet and breadth 3 feet. The length may be fixed to any level depending upon the size of the room. The bottom of the tube or the tank is made to slope like structure to drain the excess water from vermicompost unit. The small sump is necessary to collect the drain water. In another option, over the hand floor, hollow blocks, bricks may be arranged in compartment to a height of 1 feet, breadth of 3 feet and length to be a desired level to have quick harvest. In this method, moisture assessment will be very easy. No excess water will be drained. Vermicompost can also be prepared in wooden boxes, plastic buckets, or in any containers with drain holes at the bottom. Vermiculture bed. Vermiculture bed or worm bed 3 cm can be prepared by placing often sawdust or husk or coir waste or sugarcane thrash in the bottom of the tub or the bottom of the tank or container. A layer of fine sand 3 cm should be spread over the culture bed, followed by a layer of garden soil 3 cm. All layers must be moistened with water. If available, shredded paper or cardboard makes an excellent bedding, particularly when combined with typical on-farm organic resources such as straws and hay. In general, it should be noted by the reader that the selection of bedding material is a key to successful vermiculture or vermicomposting. Worms can be enormously productive and reproductive if conditions are good. However, their efficiency drops off rapidly when their basic needs are not met. Good bedding mixture are an essential element in meeting those needs. Mixing bedding need not be an enormous process. It can be done by hand with a pitchfork, small operations, with a tractor or bucket, a larger operations, or if one is available, with the agriculture feed mixer. Please note that later would be appropriate for large commercial vermicomposting operations where high efficiency levels and consistent product quality is required. Compost worms are big eaters. Under ideal condition, they are able to consume in excess of their body weight each day, although the general rule of thumb is half of their body weight per day. They will eat almost anything organic that is of plant or animal origin, but they definitely prefer some foods to others. Manures are the most commonly used worm feedstocks, with dairy and beef manures generally considered the best natural food for Icenia or the earthworm races, with the possible exception of rabbit manure. The former being more often available in large quantities is the feed most often used. Selection for vermicompost production. Cattle dung, except pig, poultry and goat, farm waste, crop residues, vegetable market waste, flowering market waste, agro-industrial waste, fruit market waste and all other biodegradable waste are suitable for vermicompost production. The cattle dung should be dried in open sunlight before used for vermicompost production. All other waste should be pre-digested with cow dung for 20 days before put into the wormy bed for composting. Putting the waste in the container. The pre-digested waste material should be mud with 30% cattle dung either by weight or by volume. The moisture level should be maintained at 60%. Over this material, the selected earthworm is placed uniformly. For 1 meter length, 1 meter breadth and 0.5 meter height, 1 kg of worm, that is 1000 numbers, is required. There is no necessary that earthworm should be put inside the waste. Earthworms will move inside on its own. Watering the wormy bed. Daily watering is not required for wormy bed, but 60% of the moisture should be maintained throughout the period. In the tube method of composting, the casting formed on the top layer are collected periodically. The collection may be carried out once in a week. With hand, the castings will be scooped out and put in a shady places as heap-like structure. The harvesting of castings should be limited up to earthworm presence on top layers. Harvesting of earthworms. The screening method is very common and easy to use. A box is constructed with a screen bottom. The mesh is usually quarter inches, although 1/8 can be used as well. Storing and picking of the vermicompost. The harvested vermicompost should be stored in dark, cool places. It should have minimum 40% moisture. Sunlight should not be fall over the composted material. It will lead to loss of moisture and nutrient content. It is advocated that the harvested composted material is openly stored rather than packed in over sack. Packing can be done at the time of selling. If it is stored in open place, periodical sprinkling of water may be done to maintain the moisture level and also maintain the beneficial microbial population. If the necessity comes to store the material, laminated oversack is used for packing. This will minimize the moisture evaporation loss. Vermicompost can be stored for 1 year without loss of its quality if the moisture is maintained at 40% level. Advantages of vermicompost. Vermicompost is rich in all essential plant nutrients. It provides excellent effect on overall plant growth. It improves soil structure, texture, aeration and water holding capacity and prevents soil erosion. Vermicompost is rich in beneficial microflora such as fixer and P solubilizers, cellulose, decomposing microflora, etc. in addition to the improved soil environment. Vermicompost contains earthworm cocoons and increases the population and activity of the earthworms in the soil. It neutralizes the soil protection. It prevents nutrient losses and increases the nutrient use efficiency of chemical fertilizers. Vermicompost is free from pathogens, toxic elements, weed seeds, etc. Vermicompost minimizes the incidence of pests and diseases. It enhances the decomposition of organic matter in soil. It contains valuable vitamins, enzymes, hormones like auxins, gibberellins, etc. Vermicompost improves soil structure and aeration as well as increasing its water holding capacity. Worms help the environment by decomposing organic materials, that is food and yard waste, turning it into the natural rich organic soil amendments. The end result is called vermicompost. Wormwood or worm casting. Vermicompost provide a tremendous source of nutrient for plants that dramatically improve the texture and fertility of the soil. This replaces valuable nutrients taken out of the soil when fruits and vegetables are harvested. Vermicomposting adds beneficial organisms to the soil. These microorganisms and soil fauna help to break down the organic materials and convert nutrients into more available food for plants. Thank you.